Welcome back to Lewis Cruz Stadium. We are here in the post-game show. Bulldogs victorious over the Arkansas Pine Bluff Golden Lions by a score of 28-7. Joining us here in the post-game show is offensive coordinator Coach Cedric Pearl. Coach, big day from your offensive unit. Took control early on with 2 early touchdown drives.
Yeah, we did. Real proud of the way we started. You know, we've been doing a good job of starting fast. We just got to be able to finish the same way.
Ulysses Banks coming into tonight's game. You look at Pine Bluff's defense, they're only averaging 41 yards a game, giving up on the ground. Ulysses Banks, 177. Great game from the running game.
Right, that was the challenge this week. We knew they were the number 1 defense coming in, but I had total confidence in the offensive line and Banks, and we challenged them all week to really be able to pound the football against these guys. We knew they were number 1, and we won. We felt like we could step up to that challenge, though.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about downfield blocking today.
Right.
We saw Anquez Jackson do an excellent job. We see Russell Jackson, Charles Meade do an excellent job pulling. Can you talk to us a little bit about what it takes to coach those guys up every week?
All right, it takes a lot of hard work, but you know what I'm saying? Those guys do a great job. Anquez, Xavier, Russell, and I'm missing somebody. Jamal Johnson-Webb. They do a real good job. They work real hard in practice, and they understand what we're trying to do up front. They do a real good job of communicating. I'm just real proud of them.
I know the challenge in the second half was when Dorn came into the game, number 1,
right,
on defense.
Well, I guess you could say it was a challenge. I mean, you know, it really wasn't a big issue to us. I mean, not taking anything away from Dorn. I think he's a pretty good football player, but we didn't feel like we had to do anything special because he was in the game. You know,
Coach Pearl, today Ulysses Banks was tied with Barry Wagner, all-time career touchdowns with 23. He gets 2 rushing touchdowns. Just a fine running back here at Alabama A&M University. Ulysses Banks, 25 career touchdowns.
Has done an excellent job ever since he's been here. I just so happened to be on the field when Barry Wagner broke that record, so I'm glad Banks, I can be here to see Banks break his record.
Now, another question just about – I thought for a minute today I saw it was Kelsey Luke out there instead of Kevin Atkins.
Right.
You talk about trying to get Kevin better acclimating the offense. He hits the tight end on the scene.
Mm-hmm.
He's able to throw the outside ball, and he's able to shake the defensive end like you've been saying they got to do.
Right.
Talk a bit about that.
Right. Well, what they were doing, what Pine Bluff was doing, they was dropping all that coverage deep, and that's why you saw the screens and things working. Anything underneath was working this afternoon. So when they started dropping deep, he just took off running because there was nobody underneath. They had nobody underneath all day. They were really trying to take away the deep ball, and they did a good job of that, but that's why all the underneath stuff was open today.
Coach Cedric Pearl is our guest here in the postgame show. 77 offensive plays, 448 yards. Nothing but to smile about that, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Anytime you can get those numbers, we'll take those every week.
Coach, before we let you go, give us an injury update. We saw our all-SWAC wide receiver, Thomas Harris, go down on a nice play he made on a touchdown reception, but he was ruled out of bounds. What's the status on Thomas Harris?
He's doing fine. He has that bruised collarbone, and it just reoccurring every week. And, you know, we take care of him during the week, not to let him have any contact, but it's just every now and then, you know, Dr. Greco said when he takes a shot, it'll bother him. And then we just took him out of the game just to be safe. Yeah.
All right, good job, Coach Pearl. Next week, we play our alma mater.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
So I have to tell people, we can tell everybody right now, you can see in our eyes, this will be on YouTube. We don't care who is on the other side of the field, folks. If they're not wearing maroon and white, they could be wearing maroon and white. If they're on the other side of the field, I could give 2 cents for them.
Exactly. If they're not the Bulldogs, we're going out to beat them.
That's right. Next week, Tuskegee, Circle City Classic. What a great stage it is to take our team up and play on a field like that.
It really was. Last year, we thought it was a great event. You know, we didn't come out on top, but the people up there do a really good job of putting on that classic, and we're just excited about going back.
Coach Cedric Pearl, our offensive coordinator here at Alabama A&M University, thank you for joining us. And thank you for a great offensive output today. 77 plays, 448 yards for the Bulldogs. Ted, you've got some stats. Let's take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the postgame show, more of the postgame show, I should say, from not Lucas Oil. I'm looking for next week from Lewis Cruz Stadium. Bulldogs right now win it 28-7. We're back in just a moment.